Hello guys, welcome back to the 1,000 subscribers special. Now this is going to be the part where I teach you how to make my Lego Karambit knife. As you can see, here's all the parts kind of spread out to show you the general, structure of the knife and all. So without further ado, let's get started. This segment thing is going to be teaching you how to make the blade. Now to start off, you're going to need one 1x3 smooth tile, two 1x2 tiles, and then one 1x3 curvy brick thing. And you just kind of put these together like so to give it that curved look. Next up, you're going to need two of these 1x2 slopes and 1x2 inverted slopes, and you just put these together like this. And this just goes on to the bottom of the thing you made earlier, right here, like this. You're going to need a 1x2x3 inverted slope and this piece, or chunk of pieces, and basically it's two 1x1s, a 1x2x2 slope brick, and then a 1x2 slope brick. And they just kind of fit together like this. Hold them like that, and take the part that you made earlier and just put this on top. And to finish it up, we just use a 1x4 brick on the bottom. And that creates the curved knife of the Karambit. Next up is the ring for your finger. Now you're going to need four of these hinges, basically, with two bricks. And basically four of them stacked like so in sort of a stair-like pattern. And you just bend these all in 90 degrees to create sort of the ring. You're going to need a cheese slope and a 1x1 smooth tile to make the spike. You're going to need a jumper plate and a 1x2 slope brick with the sort of grill. And these just go together like this. And the reason you need the jumper plate, I'll show you guys that in a moment. And now you just need a 1x1 that goes on the bottom like this. So now it should look something like this. And you're going to have these two parts after sort of this section. Next up, just two of these slope things for the ring. Basically, it's a 1x2 inverted slope and a jumper plate on top. And you're going to need two of these. Put these to the side. The next part is going to look something like this. Or maybe this. Reason for this is just to make the knife more stable. And I'll show you that in a moment. But for now, just this main part. You're going to need three 1x1s, one 1x3 tile, smooth tile, and two 1x2s. And they just go together like this. I'm sure you can figure it out. And then you use the 1x1s and just line them up on the bottom. So it looks something like this. And this part is basically 5 studs stacked on top of each other. Doesn't matter what color, what shape, just 1x1. And then a stud at the bottom. And this just goes on the only stud that's, out there. And you just pop this on, and you have this part, and it goes with the rest of the knife. The next part is the back of the grip, so where the grooves are and everything. So what you're going to need is a jumper plate with two of these 1x2 textured bricks, and these just go on the bottom. I would recommend having the horizontal grooves face outwards for the grip, because that's more realistic to the real thing. A 2x4 smooth tile, and then this little thing here, which is basically two 1x2 bricks with studs sticking out the side, and then two 1x2s in the in between the two. So you have something like this, and you put the 2x4 tile like this. And then you just put this part on top, and you have the back part of the grip. The next part is extremely simple. All you're going to need is one of these, or 3 of these actually, but to make this, it's basically 3 inverted slopes and 3 normal slopes, 1x2 of course. And you make these kind of zigzaggy patterns, which are the grooves for your fingers, and you're going to need 3 of these. And then a 2x3 tile, and you just put these on, like so. So, yeah, it should look something like this, when you're done, the middle row should have these sticking out to give it that kind of rounded texture, and it looks something like this. Now this is where things get complicated. The next part looks something like this. I'll put it in the light to show you how it's made. Basically, these are 2 studs and these are 3 studs, and you should figure out the rest, how to make it. And of course there's a stud right there, but you're gonna need 2 of these. I just basically showed you the layout of these bricks to show you how to make them. So yeah, put these to the side. Now the next part is where things get complicated. You're gonna be making these. So yeah, let me just show you that. The first part is this, which is 2 1x3 inverted slopes, and 1 1x2 inverted slope on a 2x3 with a jumper plate in the middle, so it looks something like this. You're gonna need 2 of these, which are these L-shaped bricks with 3 studs, 1 with a jumper plate poking out like this, and 1 with just a smooth tile of any color like this, and these will go together like that, and they just pop on like this onto the piece we just made earlier. Of course, you can substitute those with a 2x3, but you know, whatever. And you just want to put a 1x1 stud right there in between the 2 1x3 inverted slopes. Next is this part, which is the back of the handle near the blade, which is relatively simple. It's just a 1x3 smooth tile with 2 1x2s bricks like this, creating sort of a bridge, I guess you can call it. And you need to make this, which is a dish piece on a 1x1 brick with the studs coming out 2 sides, and then a 1x1 with a hole. And these just go together like this. They hold together, and then the remaining stud that pokes out, you put the dish on it, and then these just go together something like this. And yeah, now you should have all these parts made. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, I'm relatively far from the camera, but yeah, you should have made all of these parts if you followed these steps correctly. So we're gonna begin with the blade part. So you should have these 2 right here, and these just go together like this. The jumper plate goes on top of the smooth tile here, so you should end up with something that looks like this. Now with this, you put on these little things that we made earlier, and these just go on like this, so that the slopes here kind of create this triangular shape. And you have something like this, and the blade just goes in here onto the 2 jumper plates facing this way. So let me just put this in so it looks something like this. Now put this here. The next part is going to use basically all of these, put them all together. So we're going to start with this part that you may or may not have put these supporting studs on, or bricks on, and the grooves for your finger. It's pretty simple, as you can see. This part has the tile sticking out here, and this part has this little groove down the middle, and you know, you just put the 2 pieces together. They should fit perfectly, and the top should line up with all the other bricks. Now with this part that you made, you put the back part of the grip onto here. There's nothing special about it. It just goes in the middle with the jumper plate, and it fits on like this. And you put the grooves right here. It should fit perfectly with the only studs that are remaining on the bottom of here. And these just go on like this. And you should have most of the knife done by now. Now the next part is really simple. You just take your ring, and it should go on here. There should be like a stud missing right here in the front there, and this is where the extra little stud goes in on your finger ring, and this just goes on. And the reason we used the jumper plate here was to fill this little gap, and you just push the slope brick back. And then finally, you just take these 2 little slope bricks, and they go onto the middle stud of this 3 wide sort of dealio here. These just go on like so, and here you go, your Karambit. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me in the comments down below, or just send me a message. Now, if you follow the steps correctly, you should get exactly what you see here with the color scheme and all. But of course, you can change the colors of the blade and the ring to match, you know, a CSGO knife skin. If you do end up building this knife and you make a video on it on YouTube, be sure to give credit, of course, and tell me in the comments of a video, and I'll be sure to check it out. I love seeing people make, you know, creations based off of my tutorials, out of the few that I've made in the past. But yeah, that's basically it. I want to thank you guys watching for this watching this segment of the 1,000 subscriber special, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.